Outside Old Trafford, Manchester United have just drew 2-2 with Spurs. I'm here with Graham. We're going to go through the player ratings. Get your comments in. Let me know if you agree with me and Graham. By the way, yeah, this is Graham, everyone, for the channel, for everyone in the chat. Let's get into it. Straight off, set pieces are probably going to come under question here, Graham. And Arno, what are we saying?
I mean, the bowling for the goal is a pretty good one, but we've got to win the first header. He's not saving it though, is he, Adam? Not in my opinion.
No, I mean,
I didn't see the playback at half time, but
it looks. What I said was what you said. Quality ball in, very close, crowded box. They just got there before we did, and it's a goal.
Yeah.
Simple as.
I don't, to be honest, I don't think he's saving either of them. They kept forcing him to kick it long, and I mean, the first goal is a long ball out to Garnacho that we lose. We concede the corner, and we were architects of our own downfall.
I'm going a 6 out of 10 for Onana personally. What are you saying?
Yeah, in terms of goalkeeping, I would give him a 6.
Yeah, decent enough. On to left back, which surprisingly was Aaron Wan-Bissaka, mate. I didn't see that one coming, but I thought he was unlucky to get the yellow card. Sort of hampered his game a little bit, but I thought he dealt with most stuff. I actually thought he was our best defender today, personally.
Yeah, I thought he had a really good game against Brennan Johnson, and particularly down that side. I thought they were quite strong, and we'll come on to the midfield in a minute. But I think the Brennan Johnson, Aaron Wan-Bissaka was an honourable draw. He's a right handful, he is.
Yeah,
Aaron did well.
I thought 7 for Wan-Bissaka. I thought he had a good game against Brennan Johnson.
Yeah, I wouldn't disagree with that either.
Yep. On to centre backs. Let's get into him. Evans was brought off for Leacher. Great reception. I think for Evans and Leacher, for both one going off for the work he's put in, he's been solid. He's been one of our best defenders, Johnny Evans. And I thought today again wasn't that bad at all, really. And neither him or Varane did too much wrong. You could argue Varane probably looked more shaky on the ball than Evans for me.
Yeah, what I really like about Johnny Evans is, and it was something that Maguire was doing when his confidence was coming back. He was anticipating the balls, and he was very strong out of possession, very, very abrupt against the people he was playing against. And I thought Johnny again put in a decent performance.
So let's rate Evans and Maguire. I'll let you go first today. Today. Now, I think you're first on this one.
Would you give him a 7?
Conceded 2 goals.
Yeah, I think probably a 6 for me. In terms of overall, yeah, I think both him and Varane more or less the same.
That shows you that one's not doing too much than the other, and they are a decent partnership, if anything. Yeah. So yeah, keep your votes coming in, guys. Drop your comments in. Let us know what you think in terms of the player ratings as well. On to Dello. Hot and cold to me today. Some poor distribution, poor passing.
Yeah.
Not bad defensively. Decent at half the time going forward. But me and Kaz said he just gives the ball away when he's done all the hard work. The simple thing he doesn't do right.
Yeah. A couple of times, instead of making the easy pass, and I know how difficult this was because hopefully we might get onto it. Defensively, he was good. He marked his back post well a couple of times. We had threats on the back post, and he did okay. I wouldn't say he was substandard either. So I would give him a 6.
Yeah, I think across the board at the back we're decent enough. Just could have been a little bit more. I think that sums it up nicely, actually, for the defence. But on to midfield. Kobbie Mainoo, for me, I thought will take a lot from that game because he came up against man of the match Bentancur, who I said was excellent today. I thought he was outstanding. And we lost the midfield today. We were out for Højbjerg was superb, I thought, and so was Bentancur. But Kobbie will learn from this. I sort of, just to speed things along, really, I would say Kobbie, probably a learning curve, 5 out of 10. Some good moments, and he'll learn when to pass the ball and release the ball a bit quicker, I think, if anything, from this game today.
The one thing that stood out more than any that I would take from this game is if Christian Eriksen doesn't have the ball, it's a waste. It's probably it is a waste of time. His substitution was going to happen, and the fact that it happened before before the hour mark. Tells you everything. Who should have come on is another thing. I think the second goal really infuriated me. I mean, it was just a punt through the middle.
Yeah, he just ran the whole length of the field.
And Bentancur wasn't challenged. We've said Onana's not saving that, but it was one of the worst goals we've conceded all season. That
so quick.
Could be a 5, definitely. I would agree with that.
So quick
as well.
After half time as well. It was really disappointing, wasn't it?
Do you know what? If we conceded a goal before half time, I think that was more. I don't think they were playing well enough.
Yeah, you could accept it.
To not be ready.
Yeah.
And to concede a goal like that in the second half was just wrong.
Really annoying
wrong
as well.
So
yeah, you mentioned Ericsson, then we're on to him next. I thought he was out for just coming back from injury again, needs a couple of games for me. Some stuff was tidy, and like you just said, being brought off from McTominay before the hour mark says he was getting lost in the game a little bit.
Yeah, if you can't get him on the ball, it's a waste of a player, and it allowed. And that's why Spurs were so comfortable in possession. They literally played their eye line. They could do what they wanted, and you can come up with this idea that Spurs were trying to win the game, and they were, but I think they were depleted, and you could see with Dragusin coming on, with Emerson Royale coming on, they were able to settle for a point and say, let's get out of here. We've got what we're not going to kill ourselves going for something we may not get.
Yeah.
But yeah, Eriksen's a 4 for me.
Yeah. Other midfielder, our captain Bruno Fernandes. He's just got high praise from Ginge there in his one of his better games. His work rate was phenomenal today, I thought.
I never thought I'd say this, but I did like Christian Romero. He's an absolute bullfighter. And can you imagine him and Martinez playing together? No. You wouldn't want to play against those two.
No.
But there was a bit in the second half where something clearly got under Fernandez's nose, and he just started kicking legally. He was like a bullfighter, and I thought today was one of his better performances.
Yeah.
Occasionally you get the 60-yard crossfield pass that went nowhere, but to me, it looked like he was a conductor, and for me, he was definitely the pick of our players in the 3.
Yeah, I gave him a 7 today.
Yeah, and again,
higher mark.
I wouldn't disagree with that either. We're not arguing about anything here, are we?
No, Marcus Rashford. From what I've spoken to, fan-wise, decent first half. Quality dropped drastically in the second half. Would that sum it up right?
Yeah, the worrying thing with him is he goes down blind alleys far too often now.
Yeah, you can say that again,
and
mate.
Everybody who defends against him seems to pick what he's doing. I'm grateful that he scored, but how many legitimate chances did United create today in a game where I know I put my hands up. I said I thought we'd create a lot more today because they would give us chances, and they did.
Yeah.
And thankfully we bloody scored from him.
Yeah.
But him, it's
a 6 out of 10 for me. He got his goal, but his second half performance let him down. The blind alley thing again. He's got to learn. He's got to learn how to cross the ball more.
It's a borderline 5. That is.
You go for it, mate. You go. 5 with a goal. Is that fair?
Well, we lose, so probably a 6.
Yeah, it's fair enough. Rasmus, fantastic finish. Second half looked frustrated. The way I summed it up was he took the bull by the horns and started doing what the wingers should have been doing, and actually started showing them that going down the line and crossing it and being direct can cause confusion in that Spurs defence, and that's what it did.
Well, the thing with Rasmus Højlund was a common term that was used over the channels was the graveyard shift.
Yeah.
I mean, they did have an excuse today because we weren't on the ball an awful lot, and what you have to remember is he's still learning his trade. So we've got to get him into the game somehow. And to me, I mean, the finish was fantastic. God knows how they did it, because they tackled him. Him and Marcus tackled themselves.
Inverted assist, wasn't it, mate? That's what it was. I
would give him a 6.
Yeah, I would give him a 7 just for the finish. I'm going to try and give him a little bit of positivity going forward.
Actually, 6.5.
6.5. Nice, I like it. The point's in. Garnacho and Doggy did a job on him today, I thought, but he kept going. That's one thing that I can take real pleasure from, actually. A player that's not afraid to keep going back and trying, because at the end he did actually create some moments for us, Garnacho.
I'll ask a question. Do you think it was Udogie who gave him the problem, or was it the fact that he was on the right?
Yeah, well, I actually thought he was great against Wigan on the right.
Yeah. Direct
and put crosses in. I like him there. I do. I've got to say that. But I just love him. Wherever he is on the pitch, he's infectious, and that's going to start. That's going to start spreading, I feel, in the team. I think that's important for us more than anything. I'm looking for positives today more than negatives, because it could have gone the opposite way.
Well, the only negative I would say about that was I expected more from United on the day. I expected us to win because I think they give you chances. I'll give them credit today. Given that the side they put out, they defended pretty well. They made sure that we weren't allowed to run at Van der Ven. Romero did all that coverage, and I think we have to be. I'm happy with a point, because there were occasions where I thought we're not going to get out of this with anything.
I said Garnacho was a 6 for sheer determination. What would you rate him at?
Yeah, again, and with the substitutions, you can't change an awful lot. A bit like the opposition today. So yeah, I'll get the effort. The effort's there. It's just the fluency's not there again.
Yeah. Well, that is your player ratings. We won't go into the subs because somebody missed a sitter in the last minute. I'm only joking. But Bruno, out of everything, I would say was man of the match there. Pretty much broken down from all of them ratings. Let me know what you think, everybody. Cheers for watching. Always get your comments in. Give me your marks. Like, share and subscribe to Forever United TV. And we'll see you later.